So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to install a Starknet development environment. We're going to install Scarb, which is a package manager for Cairo. We're going to install ASDF, which is a multi version package manager. So this is the multiple runtime version manager. So we're going to get started with installing ASDF. So we go to the get started, and it shows us how to install the dependency. So the first thing we want to do, right, is to pick our operating system and install the dependencies that we need for this. So I decided to create a fresh new user on my Mac, and I'm going to be using a MacBook to walk you through this on the fresh installation. So the only thing I've installed before this is Homebrew. So Homebrew, if you don't have it already, you can find it at brew.sh. So you just copy this command and you should be able to install it. But I already installed it before the beginning of this tutorial. But every other thing is fresh. So, okay, I'm going to copy this dependency. So, and then I'll paste it here. So this says that we already have most of this installed. So we have call installed, we have call util and git. So then we are off to a good start. So next thing is to download the SDF. So we can either download it with Git, or we can use brew install. So in this case, let's just download it with Git. So come here, and then I'll paste it here. So this should take it, install it in. Okay, so what is it saying? So it's clone the Git, and if you want to confirm this, you can just do this SDF. You should see that we have it installed. Let's see that fish. No. Okay, so we have this installed. So that's the first step. Let me see if they have .zsh. Okay, so since we have it installed, we don't need to do the brew install. We just use the git clone. So next thing is to set up the system. So I'm going to look for the ZSH and git. So this is what it is. And we have to add this to our environmental variable. So I will do that. So to do that, we just do a vim or whatever text editor you got, and you go to your RC folder. So in this case, it's supposed to be zsh.rc. So it seems like it's empty. And then we'll paste it. Again, I said this was a fresh installation. So zshrc should be fine. And we're supposed to just like maybe source the ZSH RC, and then we can say which ASDF should give us that. So we are good on that part. So we have ASDF installed. So the next thing is to install Scarp. So we can go to like the official documentation for Starknet. So it's docs.starknet.io. Quick start. Setting up your environment. It should tell you that you should install Starknet and Scarp. In this case, we're going to use the ASDF again. So we just do an ASDF plugin, add Scarb, because we want to add this as a plugin. So it's going to kind of like clone the repo and get that installed on our computer. So the next thing we're going to do is install the latest version. So we can do an ASDF install Scarb latest, and this should install the latest version of Scarb for us. So we have that installed. The other one is Starknet Foundry. So we can do ASDF plugin, add Starknet Foundry latest. So it says it does not exist. Okay, just give me a second to confirm this. So I'll just do a Starknet Foundry GitHub. So I'll just quickly do a Google search here, and we can find the Starknet Foundry. You can go to the documentation. If you go to the installation step, it should show us how to install it with ASDF. So I'll just copy this. Yeah, you know what? I made that mistake. So we can do ASDF plugin. So it's installed, and then we can do an ASDF install Starknet Foundry, the RY latest. And this is where we want to install the latest version of Starknet Foundry. So it's also does that call for us, and it should install the latest version. We can just clear this and do a ASDF current, so we can see the current version of ASDF. So in here, it's not set. So we need to do a ASDF global scarb. And if I remember correctly, you know what, I do not remember correctly. We installed a 2.8.4, so we want to set that as global. and then we'll do an ASDF global Starknet Foundry, and then we'll put the version also, which is 0.7.0. So we'll do this, and we have both installed on our operating system. And then if you do ASDF current now, you should be able to see the two. So 2.8.4 and 0.33.0. But again, if you want to confirm, you can just do a vim and then tools version, and you should see that we have 2.8.4 and 0.3. But you can do escape and WQ to quit, write and save. So now we have Scarb installed. Yeah, we can do a which Scarb to find out. So it shows us where the scarf is located. So again, because this is okay, so next thing will be to install Starknet. So we can just go to the GitHub official GitHub page, and it talks about using call. So I'll just do this, and I'll paste this, yeah, and then it should install it. For some reason, it says we should put in our sh file, but I know it is, but we can just confirm. We can just do a cat here and zshrc. You should see that this is a ju and this slash environment. So we do have it in our environmental variable. I don't know why it says we do not, but again, we can do a which stack lie to confirm. Okay, I think we still need to source again, so we can source our zshrc. Okay, it says zsh complete file compute secure component for list. Yeah, just give me 1 second to confirm something. Yeah, I saw comp audit. Yeah, so if you're using a custom comp init system, ensure comp init is below for sourcing. So we need to put this, I think, in here. So we can just go to our ZSHRC again. So just give me a second. So I'll just do a vim ZSHRC. I will just quickly paste this WQ and source slash okay, I'll just do this. Comp audit aborted. Oh, let's try again. Okay, I'm not sure why this is, but we should still be good to go. Anyways, I will have to do a stack line up here. So let's paste this stack line up, and then it should give us the latest version of Starknet. Okay, so that is installed. So what I would also want to install here is Rustlang. So again, because it's chances that you already have it installed on your computer, but again, because it's a fresh installation, we don't have a version of Rust installed, and this will need a cargo in our Starknet build. So anyways, I'm just going to run this, and it should give us the option to install like a stable version of Rust. So we just get here, so default. So I'm going with the standard, and yeah, I'm going to leave a link, but yeah, this is it, the rustlang.org. Install Rust, and then just copy this, and then just run Rust up. If we do, and we should be good. But yeah, we have Rust installing, and yeah, so we need to put this in our environmental variable too. So we just copy this for cargo. So I'm gonna do a vim.zshrc. Okay, and then I'll paste this here and WQ. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'll just do a WQ real quick. I'm gonna paste this command. I'm thinking what's this SQL file run commit for list. Okay. I'm still gonna get to that, but okay, so we have Rust installed, we have Stackly installed, we have Scarb installed. We need to set up our environmental variables again for Starknet. So I'll just come here and I'll do a vim dshrc, and we'll set this up. So just do, and then I'll add one more. So export Starknet RPC, and then I'm just going to find a blast API Starknet Sepolia. If I Google this, I should be able to find a public RPC. So just click on this and then click on the Sepolia, and then you just copy the version 7. go here and paste it. And then I'll do a WQ and then save. So then we're done with setting up. We're done with setting up our environment. Now we need an account so that we can be able to declare and deploy an account, a contract. So to create an account, we need a signer. So this is a key store. We can do run this command mkdir-p, and then we paste this here. Okay, I'm going to deviate again a little bit from this instruction. I'm just going to do a cd, and then I'll move to this directory. And this is just preference. It's literally the same thing if you want to put a long path. But yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so for us to create a signer, we'll also need an account. So in this case, I'm going to go here and install like Argent extension or Bravos, whichever wallet you want. We just need this for the private key of the signer. So in this case, I'm going to go with Argent X. This is a Starknet wallet. I'll click on it and then add it to Brave. And I'm doing this just to get a private key. So we have the setup and then create a wallet. So you agree and put in a password. So we put in the password, and you can either choose a smart account or a standard account. Actually, both because of Starknet account abstraction, wallets accounts on Starknet are smart account. So in this case, anyways, I'll still create a standard account here just because I don't want to go through the hassle. But I'll recommend you create a smart account because it gives you two-factor authentication, which makes your account more secure. Again, I'm not prioritizing this for this tutorial. But anyways, we click on this. Yeah, I'm going to get the private key because we're going to need it. But I'll go back here to follow the instruction here. So we'll just copy this and paste this. And then we will put key store story.json. Again, it's just path. It's just I don't want to put the path, but I can still do it and it will still work the same way. You know what? Let's just do it. It doesn't matter. So that, maybe you don't see me deviating much from the instruction. So I'm just going to delete this and paste that. And then it asks us for a private key. And this private key we're going to get from here. And here. And for private key. And then put in the password you used to anyone. So just paste this here. And then I'll put in a password now for my account. Yeah. So now I've created a signer. Next thing I want to do is create an account. Again, I'm still going to deviate a little bit. Instead of using Argentex or Bravos on my computer, I like to use Open Zeppelin. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do second account. I know it's OZ, and I can just do an H to give me more instruction here. So it's OZ init, and then it needs me to put an output. So the output here, I will put so this is what's it's required here. I'm just going to copy this can.json and I'll paste it because again I'm in the deployer. It needs a valid key store, so I just need to do this key store, and then it's key store.json, and then it asks for a password, so I'll just do this. Okay, so now the account, once deployed, this account will be available. So right now we need to put in some testnet tokens into our account. So testnet E. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say Starknet faucet. Or I can just say Starknet faucet Sepolia. Whatever, you should get like a Sepolia faucet here. Verify the browser, so you can put in output each for yes standard. Just verify that I'm a human being and request token, and then it's processing, and then token sent. So token has been sent to me. So next thing now is to run this command. So if I run this command, so Starknet and do this. So it says, it detected Sepolia. So one, you are using either RPC, that's RPC or Starknet record. That's what by default is Sepolia. So let's just go with this for the first one, but it still needs us to put a key store. So I would say that's just key store, and that's key store dot JSON. If we run into an error, it needs us to put the RPC. Oh no, it actually doesn't because we have default one. So we just put in the password for our key store. So it's Okay, so this as deployer. So it's telling us that okay, the estimated account deployment fee is this. However, you need to have this amount. So it wants us to have amount, but we just requested money to be sent to this account. So we should wait to see if it confirms. But yeah, excuse the color. This is the best I can do. Yeah, I've not set up this account, so this is the best I can do right now. Okay, so the transaction has been confirmed. So again, we can confirm that we were able to deploy with, like, we can do a stack scan. So this is like our Explorer, and we just switch to Sepolia, and again we just copy the transaction, yeah, and paste it, and then we can see that it's accepted on L2. So this transaction works. We're able to deploy an account. So the last thing we want to do here is to confirm that everything works, right? So I can just do a mkdir and just call it tutorial, right? And then cd into tutorial, and I can do a scarb. So scarb new, and we can call it whatever. I'll just call it homebrew counter. Yeah, because the default setup will be a counter. So again, it says which test runner do I want? I'll use Starknet Foundry. Okay, so there's an issue now. It needs also have, make sure you have a universal. We don't have this universal serial compiler. So I'm just gonna go, yeah. I bet I missed this one out. So I'm just gonna go, yeah, and should be as easy as running the scroll. And yeah, this should work. So just do this, and yeah, we have the universal serial compiler installed. So let's see. I'm just going to do this RMRF homebrew. I'm going to delete this, and then I will try run it again, scrap new, and then default error, universal Sierra compiler not found. Okay, so yeah, make sure that an added path was set. Yes. Give me a second. I'm just going to source this HRC. It should be. I'm going to do an ls. I think I made a mistake. Give me a second. I'm gonna clear this. I minus RF, and now just copy this and paste. Okay, so there's carb new counter test. And if we still get the same error of the universal Sierra compiler because I did not set it in the environmental variable, I'm just gonna go to the GitHub repo and see if it tells me the file path where it should be installed, because I installed it, yes, but I failed to add it to my pod. So let me just try to see if we can install it again. It tells us what to do. So it is installed. Yeah, but I don't know where it is, right? So let's just say which. Let's see if I can add it to the path again. Not found. Okay, I'm gonna try to look at the script real quick. So see the install package. Just want to see where this is installed. So this should have added it to a local bin. Okay. So add local bin to your your path. Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna echo this local underscore bin. Let's see what there's nothing in there. And this is just a minor setting issue that I did not set up because again this is a fresh installation. Okay, so let's see something. So ls local. Again, the autocomplete is not even working on this installation right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to my path. So let's do this. So I'm going to do a vim.zshrc Normally this should be in our path variable anyways, but for some reason it's not. Give me a second. Uh, shoot. You know what? Give me a second. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do this vim again, zshrc. Again, this is probably not how your environmental variable will be when you set up your computer because it's probably I'm just missing something right now and I cannot. It's probably out of scope from what I'm trying to teach you all. So, anyways, this should work right now. So I'm just going to do rm minus rf and do this paste, and then I'll do a carb counter test. Starknet foundry. Okay, new tab with a bash profile. ls rm minus rf counter tutorial carb new counter test. Okay, so this works now. Again, you probably will not face this issue. I'm facing this because I just installed this operating system. It's not properly configured. But yes, we just wait for it to set up our environment. So it's going to take a little bit of time to set up, but yeah, we have it set up, so we can just do Z. Again, I'm using Z as my counter. I'm using Z as my IDE, but you can use whatever you want. So again, I just open it. Most people will use VS Code, but that is fine. So I'll just do a carb build. And this should take a little bit of time, but it should build a package fine. And then we'll do like a stack line to declare and deploy so we can confirm that the environment is set up for building Starknet contract. Okay, so we just wait for it. I'm going to try to fast forward it. And yeah. All right. So again, I just keep the build time, but yeah, this is the result you should get. And then you do a stackly declare, and then target, because a new target was created. So target /dev and then I've been having issue with autocomplete on this new installation, so we just manually type it, but you should be able to use your own autocomplete. So counter test hello Starknet contract /class.json, and then you should put your password for your key store. Then it will create that, and then we can do a stackline deploy, and then put in this and put your password again, and you should be able to deploy your contract that way. And yeah, you have your Starknet development environment installed and good to go. We can confirm this again. We can just go here and we can go to our Starknet Explorer. Okay, so it will be a stackscan.co. Then we'll change this to Sepolia, and then we'll paste this. It takes a bit of maybe like a few seconds to deploy, so we can just check the transaction. Yeah, if you do this, you should definitely see that the transaction has gone through and the contract was deployed to 0x0745, and this is what we got here, 0x0745. Hey, it should be done now, so it just takes a few yeah. So now we can see that if you go to read and write, you say get balance and increase balance. Yeah, that's what the contract interface is here. So increase balance and get balance. I mean, you want to set up, again, I'm using Z. You can use whatever editor you want. But your editor should have like a career extension. Um, why I use that is I contributed to this career extension that gives you like language server support in Z. That's why I'm using it. But anyways, you click on it now, you should see that the syntax highlighting is working, and then okay, I just deleted that part. And then you can get access to like the libraries, and you can read through what it is. But yeah, this is already set up properly, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Setting up your development environment in on your Mac operating system. But again, you can follow similar instructions for Linux, and if you're using Windows, you want to install WSL and do that. Yeah, the minor difference between setting up Starknet, your environment on Linux and Mac, is just the process of installing your ASDF, and you just got to be careful and pay attention to the minor difference here, which is whatever distro you're using, you use that, and installing the SDF, like setting this up, you really need to do that, and there you should be good. And that's about it, and see you all next time.